Hi, this is Rachelle with Scrapcraftastic, and I'm going to show you how to make your own clear self-adhesive pockets for use in the traveler's notebooks. These are business card size self-adhesive pockets that I got from Office Depot. As you can see them on here, and when you peel them off, they are clear and self-adhesive, but they are only business card size, so that's about 3.5 by 2 inches. And then there's also the ones that they have in the Target dollar spot, or I don't know what they're calling it, it's not necessarily dollar spot, but these adhesive square label pockets, they're very popular, but they're hard to find. So if you're not able to find them or don't have access to that particular size, I think that we can kind of duplicate the same thing again with laminate sheets. If you haven't watched the DIY for a reusable dashboard, then you might want to check that out first to kind of get the details on how to do this. But basically what I did was take my inside pocket, the size that I want for the inside, and cut it down to about around 3 by 3, a little bit smaller, or 3.5 by 3.5, I think. Yeah, these are about 3.5 by 3.5. This is a little bit smaller because I just used a scrap piece that I had left over from something else. So anyway, I cut my inside piece, and I'm going to put shiny side to shiny side. So it's basically flipping them inside out. And then this is just another scrap piece of laminate that I had that's just a little bit bigger than what I need. And so I'm just going to pop this in here and line it up, keep it kind of straight. Let's see, I use my mat to do that. Okay, make sure I have a lot of bits of paper floating around here. Make sure I get all of that off of my sheet. Make sure everything is lined up in there. So this is a little easier to work with because it is small than the dashboard, so it's a little easier to line everything up. And it looks like I just didn't cut this edge completely straight. Okay, so it's lined up. And now I'm just going to run it through my laminator that is already warmed up. Okay. Then I'm going to trim off the excess on 3 sides. And I'm not getting too close to the seal because I don't want to break that seal. And then on this last edge, this is what it looks like so far. You can see that. So I'm just going to trim into the seal on this edge. And so that gives me a little pocket. So then you can use scissors to round those corners or use a corner chomper, but you have to be careful not to cut into the pocket. So it's probably best just to use a scissor and of course round those other corners. And then you can use the adhesive of your choice. As far as I recommend a tape runner. It's not going to be 100% clear on the back, but if you're putting this up against something, I think it's okay. You could also try a spray adhesive that may be a removable spray adhesive. I'm going to try this crafter's tape, and it's a removable tape, and see how it looks on the laminate. I'm just going to use one of these scrap pieces just to see what it looks like. Okay, so I think over time, once it is adhered well, that it is basically clear. So I'm going to use that on this. Make sure I'm just going to run it along the edge of all 3 edges. And it's hard for me to run this tape because I'm left-handed. So okay, the cool thing about this is that you can make these any size you want. So you're not stuck with just, you know, the 3.5 by 3.5. Since this one is a little large for my pocket, I'm going to put it in this B6. As you can see here, this is the one of the Target Dollar Spot pockets. I haven't made any dashboards for this yet, so I'm going to stick this on probably a piece of the faux acetate that I made, and I'll leave a link to that here and down below as well. And let's see, I'll use this piece of the acetate, and I'm going to pull this out a little bit more and try to center this, because this acetate is actually going through the whole book. Set this down. I'm going to adjust what notebooks this goes around. I'm just going to have it go around this front notebook. Okay, and then I'm just going to pop this pocket on here. And voila, we have a pocket. And I should probably run tape around the top too. It is removable, just like the Target ones. So I'm going to run a piece of tape across the top too. And I think that will help it hold better. Yeah, that's better. So then you can just stick your goodies down in there. Let me see if I have any die cuts close at hand. So I have these little die cuts that I can stick in there. Just to show you, give you an idea, I can put one of my page marks in there. Well, if I can get it to fit over. Let's say I want this to hang over the front like that. Die cut back up in there. So you can put a planter clip on there, whatever you want. And again, it's removable, so you can take it off and apply it back on if you need to. You can put it on the paper. You could use a permanent tape and put it on the cover, your vellum, whatever you choose, but you get the same effect as you get with the Target Dollar Spot pockets. So, and then as far as the adhesive, you might also want to try the double-sided tape from Dollar Tree. I think it works pretty well too. So that's it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.